बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। दोस्तों, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स की नई वीडियो के साथ हाजिर हूँ। इसमें कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज़ हैं, तो वीडियो स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं। सबसे पहले है द इंटरवल फ्रॉम द एटम ऑफ सबमिशन ऑफ अ प्रोसेस टू द टाइम ऑफ completion is termed as. Given option is waiting time, turnaround time, response time, throughput. Correct option is B, turnaround time. The interval from the time of submission of a process to the time of completion is termed as turnaround time. Next है, which scheduling algorithm allocates the CPU first to the process that requests the CPU first? Given option is first come first served scheduling, shortest job scheduling, priority scheduling, none of the mentioned. Correct option is A, first come first served scheduling. Which scheduling algorithm allocates the CPU first to the process that requests the CPU first? First come first served algorithm. Next है, in IT terminology, failure in the kernel is called as. Given option is crash, crash dump, kernel error. Correct option is A, crash. In IT terminology, failure in the kernel is called as crash. Next है, large transaction processing systems in automated organizations use. Given option is online processing, batch processing, once a day processing, end of day processing. Correct option is B, batch processing. Large transaction processing system in automated organization use batch processing. दोस्तों, batch processing जिस तरह बैंक वगैरह जो होते हैं वो भी batch processing सिस्टम को यूज़ कर देते हैं। नेक्स्ट है, time during which a job processed by the computer is. Given option is real time, execution time, required time, all of the mentioned. Correct option is B, execution time. Time during which a job processed by the computer is execution time. Next time, in algorithm is generic type, language specific, for analysis, none of these. Correct option is A, generic type. In algorithm is generic type. Next है, dash operating system does not implement multitasking. Given option is Windows XP, Windows NT, Windows 1998, MS-DOS. Correct option is D, MS-DOS. MS-DOS operating system does not implement multitasking. Next है, management of metadata information is done by. Given option is file organization module, logical file system, basic file system, application programs. Correct option is B, logical file system. Management of metadata information is done by logical file system. Next है, to create a new file, application program calls. Given option is basic file system, logical file system, file organization module, none of the mentioned. Correct option is B, logical file system. To create a new file, application program calls logical file system. Next है, the resource management can be done by operating system via. Given option is both time and space division multiplexing, space division multiplexing, time division multiplexing, none of the mentioned. Correct option is A, both time and space division multiplexing. The resource management can be done by operating system via both time and space division multiplexing. Next है, in the most operating system, if a process fails to write the error information to a new file, another running process, log file, none of the mentioned. Correct option is C, log file. In the most operating system, if a process fails, it writes the error information into log file. Dash OS X has monolithic kernel with modules, microkernel, hybrid kernel, monolithic kernel. Correct option is C, hybrid kernel. Hybrid kernel OS X has. OS X has hybrid kernel. Next, two types of operating systems are sequential and direct, batch and time sharing, sequential and real time, batch and interactive. Correct option is D, batch and interactive. Two basic type of operating systems are batch and interactive. Next है Binker's algorithm for resource allocation deals with given option is deadlock prevention, deadlock avoidance, deadlock recovery, mutual exclusion. Correct option is B, deadlock avoidance. Binker's algorithm for resource allocation deals with deadlock avoidance. Next है instead of starting a new thread for every task to execute concurrently, the task can be passed to a ऑप्शन हमारे पास है प्रोसेस, थ्रेड पूल, थ्रेड क्यू, none of the mentioned. Correct option is B, thread pool. Instead of starting a new thread for every task to execute concurrently, the task can be passed to a thread pool. Next है a sequence of instruction in a computer language to get the desired result is known as. Given option is algorithm, decision table, program, all of them above. Correct option is C, program. A sequence of instruction in a computer language to get the desired result is known as program. Next है what will happen when a process closes the file. Per process table entry is not removed, system wide entries open count is decremented, all of the mentioned, none of the mentioned. Correct option is B, system wide entry opens count is decremented. What will happen when a process closes the file? System wide entry open count is decremented. Next time, what is raw disk? Given option is disk without file system, empty disk, disk lacking logical file system, disk having file system. Correct option is A, disk without file system. What is raw disk? A disk without file system. Next, the data structure used for file directory is called given options mount table, hash table, file table, process table. Correct option is B, hash table. The data structure used for file directory is called hash table. In which type of allocation method each file occupy a set of contiguous blocks on the disk? Given options are contiguous allocation, dynamic storage allocation, linked allocation, index allocation. Correct option is A, contiguous allocation. In which type of allocation method each file occupies a set of contiguous blocks on the disk is contiguous allocation.